Outside of that though, so we were gonna talk about like NBA duos, top duos. What do you got? You ready to do your list?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So I'm gonna just go from 10 up. Number 10, I have the Kings. I have De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis. I mean, they got one of the nastiest pick and roll handoffs in the NBA. They was one of the highest scoring offenses. I think they was the highest scoring offense in NBA history. So I got to respect them. Uh,
It was the Celtics last year, I think actually.
I thought it was the Kings.
Nah, I think the Celtics. It was like split by like point three, point two decimal. It was like a three-way tie. Denver, Boston,
That's
Sacramento.
their game.
Yeah, it was split. It was like a three-way split.
No, Kings had 120.
I had 120. Oh, okay.
Boston was 7.
That's damn. That was a big drop off.
But number 9, I got Luca and Kyrie. I mean, yeah, if you want to give Luca they respect, he's a top 3 player, top 5, whatever you want to call him. Kyrie, one of the best point guards in our league. 2, they can score. They both average. Luca averaged 30. Kyrie averaged 27. I think, and then we're gonna, and I hope we see a good. I hope we see a full year of them. I think they can. Could they jump up the list? Maybe at the end of the year, probably. But as of right now, since I didn't see a lot of them, I'm gonna just put them at 9. Number 8, I put I put Paul George and Kawhi. When Kawhi plays, he's a top 5 player in the game. I don't care what nobody says. When he plays, he's a top 5 player. Paul George, he's a top 15 player when he plays. They're one of the best defensive wings. Maybe not back in their heyday, but they still can play good. They still play good defense. And then when they both on the court, they win games. Like you can't take that away. They win games when they're both on the court.
Hmm.
So I put them at 8. Number 7, honestly, this was just respect. I put Steph and Clay. I feel like Steph, greatest shooter ever, best point guard in the game. Clay Thompson, one of the greatest shooters ever. He's kind of falling off defensive wise. His points are kind of falling off, but it's still the same. Still averaged 23 last year after missing last 2 years with the ACL and the torn and the Achilles. So he bounced back a little bit, but I kind of gave them respect. But it's really because of Steph Curry. 6, James Harden, Joel. They're definitely one of the best pick and roll duos in the league. James Harden averaged 20 and 10. Joel B was the reigning MVP, averaged 30 and 10. I mean, I don't know what more I can say about that. Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum at number 5. Out of all these duos outside of Steph and Clay, they have the more success outside of them. If you want to say Braun and AD because they won a ring, I'm cool with that. But outside of them, and maybe even Jokic and Murray, but outside of them, Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown have more success together. They've gone to conference finals. They both were all NBA teams this year. Jason Tatum was a top 5 MVP candidate. Can't count him. You can't count them out. And Jalen Brown averaged 27. Jason Tatum averaged 30. You know, basically 2 people averaged 30. Number 4, I put KD and Book. KD, top 5. I think he's a top 5 player in the league still. He can get you 30 in his sleep. Booker, he is showing that he is probably the best shooting guard in the game. I think he probably is the best shooting guard in the game. He averaged 27, and a lot of people remind him of Kobe. Me personally, I'm not gonna say that, but a lot of people have. But that duo, they showed in the playoffs when they get it rolling, they're nasty. So they're number 4. Number 3 is LeBron and AD. LeBron, still the face of the league. AD, when he plays, he's a top 5 player in the league. He's the best defensive player in the league. LeBron still at 38 is giving you almost 30 points per game. But I I wish I could have put them in one, but I'm not gonna do that. But LeBron, AD, and number 3. Second, I did put Giannis and Dame. I did put them at 2 because I do think because these are two players that both average 30. Do I think Dame averaged 30 again? I think he can. Do I think Giannis averaged 30 again? Yeah, I think Giannis gets 30. But that pick and roll in the half court is just I don't know what else to say about it. But Dame and Giannis and number 2 and number 1, I gave it to Murray and Jokic. They are the best pick and roll duo. They have the best big in the game. Jamal Murray is arguably top 10 point guard, top 8 point guard. and they won a championship off them two. Jamal Murray balled out in the finals. Jokic did what he did. He basically averaged almost a triple double in the finals. So I had to give them number one off of respect. So that's my top 10.
I respect that. I respect that. That's a real good top 10. That's a real good top 10. You think at what point in the season do you think you'll probably change that?
I gotta wait. Maybe after the new year.
January, that's a good time. So let me just get a second to pull my list up right quick. I would say for me, my top 10 list. So going to number 10, I got this duo right here. One of these guys is averaging 28 points. The other one is averaging 21 points. One of them averaging 7 assists, 4 assists. Number 10, I got the Cleveland Cavaliers duo of Mitchell and Garland. I like them. I think honestly, Donovan Mitchell is a dynamite. Darius Garland, he took a step down playing next to Donovan Mitchell. He did solve that problem for them, scoring more points. But it fizzled out when I seen them get put out from the Knicks. I thought they should have beat them. And because of that, I put them at 10. And number 9, I got the guys that put them out. One person averaging 24 points per game, the other one averaging 25 points per game and 10 rebounds. Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, the Knicks, number 9 duo, for sure. Them guys right there, it's Jalen Brunson team. To me, it's Jalen Brunson team. He run the show. Like, he showed them boys, I'm not here to come and solve this. I'm here to get a chip and y'all coming with. I'm fucking with that. So number 8, this duo right here, they got 2 finals appearances. And I think, honestly, we probably see the peak pinnacle of this duo. And I think right now their championship window is closed. And I don't think it'll ever happen together. And I think one of them, possibly the big, will be traded off. And number 8, my duo is one person averaging 22 points per game, the other one averaging 20. Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. I think the duo right there, they deserve number 8 appearance because honestly, they just remind me of one of them high school basketball movies where like the team wasn't that good. The coach came in, made them do homework, do suicides, and they made it to the chip. But I think honestly, the things that Miami need to bring in to make these guys win together, I don't think they'll get it with both of them being there. I think one of them will have to possibly be in a trade package. I think he'll be Bam. Because I do have speculations that Joel Embiid will be leaving Philly to go to Miami. And going to number 7, I got this duo because honestly, it's just the next hybridness of basketball. Speed, pick and roll, handoff. One averaging 22 points per game, the other one averaging 25 points per game, the other averaging 19 and 12 rebounds. Sabonis and Fox. That offense is fast as Sonic with a ring. Then in number 6, I'm going with the boys down there in the South, Luka and Kyrie. And we get up here into my top 5. All of these guys in this top 5 are dangerous, daily combos. These the guys you want to go see the game, your team playing against. Them tickets going up. Them prices going up. $200 a seat. Them prices going up. Number 5, they got a finals ring with each other. AD and Bron. I had to put them on this list because they've won a chip with each other before. You got to respect that. But there are a lot of negatives to it. I think LeBron James is still the torch carrier of the NBA and the Lakers. And I don't know if AD can actually get to that point to where it's like he can carry as much as what LeBron has been carrying. Because at this age, LeBron James played 55 games. AD played 56 last season. And it didn't feel like it. It felt like AD Street Clothes Davis played a whole lot less games. He did average 25, 12 rebounds. Bron averaged 28 and 8. I don't know if you remove LeBron James from this duo that the Lakers are still one of these teams that can actually win. I don't think they are. And I don't know if Anthony Davis is great enough to make up for the distance between him and LeBron to carry that. But I do respect them, so I got them at 5. And number 4, this team got 4 rings, one of the biggest nuisance of LeBron James' career. Steph Curry and Klay. And I got them at 4 simply because they won 4 rings with each other. They're winners. They do this. But age is a factor. Sports is a young man game. And it's already shown on Klay body I don't know if he can keep sustaining these 82 game seasons. I think, though, honestly, the biggest thing that I would like to see is we're going to always say Steph and Clay, but I would love to see Steph and Wiggins. That's what it's got to be for me. So, number 3, this team has 3 Eastern Conference Finals appearances and 1 Finals appearance. You already know. Jaylen Brown and Tatum. Man, them guys right there, they special. They special. All that shit we talked about them NBA fans, they need to trade. I was one of them guys, man. They need to trade Brown. They need to trade one of them. You got to respect that duo right now. What Boston have is special. And I know Boston is one of them cities that a lot of black people like myself be like, I ain't gonna live in Boston. But for a game, I'll go to Boston and watch them boys play. I'm messing with that. Number 2, honestly, I feel like I want to give it a half ring, half some conference finals appearance, because Giannis and Dame is special. There's only one other person in the league that will probably play just as good, if not better, with Dame, and that's Steph Curry. You'll never get him because Giannis ain't going there and Steph ain't leaving. Steph and Dame. If Giannis was that damn good with Chris Middleton, man, I'm ready. Take my money, NBA. I'm ready to see what he do with Dame. I'm ready. That's number 2. And number 1, you got to respect the champs. Best finals dominance run since KD Finals MVP 2017. This team went 16-4 last year's playoff. 69 games played from Jokic, 65 games played from Murray, coming off the first season from an ACL tear, 20 points. Then you got the goddamn it back-to-back MVP, Jokic, 24 points per game, 11 fucking rebounds, 9.8 assists, and man, them boys nasty. You gotta respect it. Best playoff run since 2017, Jokic and Murray. Best duo in the league. You gotta respect the champs. And I think it's a reason why they didn't go out add many pieces to make up for what they lost. I don't think they mind too much for what they lost in Jeff Green. I don't think they mind too much what they lost in Bruce Brown. So, best duo for me. That's my pick. What you got, bro? What you think about all this?
Where's Joel and James Harden? Where are they at?
Where's
Kawhi and Paul George? I'm not like you just didn't say these guys are better.
I got an honorable mention list. My honorable mention list is actually only one duo: Trae Young and DeJounte Murray.
So you think that duo is better than James Harden and Joel?
I think it's a lot of factors. I don't think that's not what they're not left off of my list because of those reasons. Honorable mention though. They are left off then. No, but they're not. I said they're not left off. You gotta let me finish. They're not left off of my list because of those reasons that they aren't better than such and such. Paul George and Kawhi are left off of my list, honestly, because I think Paul George and Kawhi are the pinnacle of what Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, are. I think that if we didn't see the factors of risk and missing games, they would mean something. But honestly, as a duo, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, they've never played in a Western Conference Finals together. They went to a Western Conference Finals, but Kawhi Leonard never played in any of those games. I think that means something to me because when you say on paper they're the best team, but at the end of the day, NBA games aren't played on paper. They're played on a basketball court. And those guys simply aren't on the court enough for me. Joel and Harden, I'm not going to rank a duo off speculation. Maybe in the future they stay together in Harden, but I don't have my thoughts that Harden is going to be paired up with Joel and they haven't achieved as much as any of these other teams.
What the hell have the Kings done?
I think the Kings broke a 16-year playoff drought.
But you just said that they haven't achieved as none of these other teams.
And I answered your question. I just answered your question. They broke a 16-year playoff drought. They
got bounced in the first, though.
They went to Game 7 with a team that won 4 rings.
First, though, it don't matter. They lost.
I answered your question. That's what you want. That's what you want to know.
In the first round.
Okay, but look.
But at least the Sixers lost in the second round in Game 7.
Okay.
So they got to at least be above the Kings. At least above them.
Okay, so
at least have them on the list. It's crazy.
I think what you're saying that that would make sense for your list, but for my list, Joel and Harden, It's been very underwhelming because one, I still remember how like the defeatist attitude that Joel Embiid had playing in the playoffs. Then I remember just how James Harden only showed up for 2 games in that second round. To me, it was like they should have closed the Celtics out, and that duo didn't do that for me. The biggest thing that I seen with Fox and Sabonis, they came in. It was very, very few people that weren't laughed at for saying that what I said. I think the Kings are going to make the playoffs this season, and they did that, and they went against the defending champs in the first round. And I think that if you would have put it back then, a lot of people were giving that series 6 and 7. And I was one of those people that said the Kings could win in 7, and they went 7 with a very, very beat up Sabonis and an injured De'Aaron Fox. And I think that the Joel Embiid and James Harden, they showed me previously what they always do. Either their body's going to give up on them or mentally they can't weather the storm. And they should have closed the Celtics out, and they didn't. And then you have off-court drama paired with that too. With Joel Embiid putting up the same drama atmosphere that surrounded Ben Simmons and Joel, James Harden is ruining a relationship between Philly and the 76ers. So I'm not putting a duo like that, not in GQ's top 10, but your reasons for leaving them off, putting them in yours, they're respectable. But for me, they haven't done enough to be within my top 10. Stats, numbers wise, you could put them up there, but this ain't based off just that.
I can tell. It's not just stats. You always been a Joel B hater. I've been knew that.
I mean, if basketball was based just strictly off of stats, a lot of these storylines won't even run. John Morant will probably be the best player since LeBron James. The storylines didn't run the NBA too.
No, okay. And what the hell? What did the Knicks do?
What the Knicks do?
You got one of the biggest playoff floppers in Julius Randle in there.
Hey, bro, I don't gotta keep explaining. I don't gotta keep explaining my top 10. This is my top 10. Bro. That's my top 10.
Hater. That's all I need to know. You a hater. You hate Joel. You hate that man. But it's okay. It's all right, bro. I just got a problem with at least them. Now, if you want to say Kawhi and Paul George, I ain't gonna argue with that. But Joel and Embiid definitely got to be in there, or at least over Jalen Brunson and Julius. Okay, no matter.
Yeah.
You a hater. You a hater. Bonafide hater, bro. But it's okay, though. It's okay.